Hello guys, welcome back to another Tuesday, and today things are looking pretty strange, okay? Because we're not seeing any move in the market. Euro dollar is still stagnated at the same point it opened up on yesterday, on Monday. Euro pound did have a move. US dollar index, not much. GBP USD, not much. USD yen, not much. So I'm thinking, what is the market waiting for? And I have the answer. So if you are interested as well to know what is going on with the market, stay until the end of this video that I will disclose to you two things that the market is waiting so it can move to a direction. Now, before we start, please guys, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up on this video, share this content with your friend. You know, you're giving up, you're just leaving a subscribe, you're leaving a thumbs up. It helps us so much. It shows YouTube that this is actually a good video and it promotes to everyone. So if you think that it's worth, for other people to learn what we here doing every day, then please do it so. Okay. So we saw euro dollar open up with a gap down on Monday, yesterday. And we saw at the same day as well, yesterday, Monday, the market rallying all the way up to the top of the range at this moment, the consolidation range. I have the prices here. Let me open up for you. So right now we're trading at 108.28. The top of the range is 108.43, and the bottom of the range is 108.15. Okay, so it's a very tiny range, but the market opened up with a gap to the downside, went to close this gap, and it will probably stay there until one of the two things I'm probably thinking that the market will do will, move to a direction, either way up or either way down. We're not sure yet which direction. All right, so, and then another thing is we still have quite a bit of, I was just talking to Peter Pan this morning, and it's a very knowledgeable guy, CFA level 3. And for you, if you don't know what's a CFA, it's a it's a chartered financial analyst. It's a very hard qualification for you to get. Only a few people around the world has it. So it's very hard for you to, do the studies, do all of the tests, have all the proficiency that you need. So it's very hard. Now, talking to him this morning, and I was like, Peter, what's going on with the market? Because we're not looking at the market moving anywhere. It's like, yeah, it's because of the French election as well as the bonds on German, the bonds, the French stocks, French index. So there's a lot of things combined. I don't want to be too into that because I want to show you tonight on the webinar. So tonight we're going to have a webinar from 5 to 6 p.m. in Australian time. Easy to register. You just go at the description of the video and click into the register button. It's free. We don't charge you anything. And this is what I want to show you tonight, because we came up from last week. It's a very busy week, and this week we were very down. One thing that the market is waiting for is tonight at Australian time, midnight. All right, so that will be already tomorrow midnight, but still tonight midnight, it's what the market is waiting for. The Fed, Jerome Powell, will be giving a speech, and there's one thing that we have to be very cautious. Either he will be very neutral or he will be very hawkish. I don't see Jerome Powell being dovish at this moment, okay, at this stage. Yes, the market is priced in a cut for September. 70% of the market or 75% of the market, it fluctuates every day, but last time I looked at was yesterday, was 75%. So let's put a band up between 70 to 75% of the market is expecting a cut of 25 basis points on September. So there is a dovish, okay? This is dovish because when the central bank cuts, the reserves get paid less, the savings account get paid less, and therefore less people will be looking to purchase that currency, therefore the US dollar. So if there is less people purchasing that currency, less transactions going to buy the currency, means a very weak currency. Anyways, so coming back here, so we're going to have Jerome Powell speaking tonight, giving a speech tonight, and it's going to be very worth to watch it. All right, it's public. It's most of the speeches are public. You can either watch on the central bank or you can either watch at YouTube. I always prefer to watch at YouTube, much quicker. Just Jerome Powell Fed speech live now, and it will appear there. So some things that the market is waiting for him to address: inflation and rate cuts expectations. All right, these are the two things that the market is waiting for. Now, the second point that it's most probably what is waiting for the moves to happen is the CPI from USA. And if you think that the CPI matters, CPI doesn't matter much. The core CPI matters much more than the CPI. CPI is the consumer price index, but it's including food and energy prices. And this is something that the central bank can't control, okay? And the core CPI is excluding food and energy prices, and that's something that the central bank can control. So when the central bank takes a decision to hike or rate or cut the rate, is through the core CPI, okay? Because it's something that they can control, and that's a measure that they know that it's 100% exactly if it's inflationary or deflationary. So most probably we will have a higher core CPI, and if we look here to the expectations for the CPI, we have the consensus at core CPI at 0.2%, and the normal CPI, the core CPI year over year to 3.4%, the core CPI month over month at 0.2%, and the CPI year over year at 3.1%, so 3% lower than the core CPI, and the CPI month over month at 0.1%, 0.1% lower than the core CPI month over month. So I'm waiting for a higher CPI, a higher core CPI, and maybe stabilize at CPI. But if all of those come higher, then yes, we can see euro-dollar trading off of those ranges and breaking below the consolidation area. And maybe we're going to be targeting 107.5, maybe, supposedly towards 107. But if you want to know my targets on euro-dollar, we'll be live again tonight, my webinar from 5 to 6 p.m. and it's easy to register. You just go to the description of the video and click in the link register now, and it's free. We don't charge you anything. So two things the market is expecting is first the Fed Jerome Powell speech tonight, midnight, and Thursday the CPI and the core CPI for USA as well. All right, guys, I hope I could help you understand a little bit of what's going on the market. If you did understand and if you have any questions, please just put down in the comments and I'll be definitely answering those questions. Actually, we did had some really good questions on the previous Friday video, and I'm really happy and really glad that you guys are interacting with us. All right, guys, have a good trading day ahead or a good trading week ahead, and I'll catch up with you in the next video, or I see you tonight on the webinar. Bye-bye.